is 6:05 on Monday, September 10th, and we are calling the meeting to order. Roll calls: Renee O'Donnell, Brian Carlisle, Stanley Smith, and Cindy Grant. We are all present and accounted for. Public comment. Anybody got a public comment? Yeah? Okay. Warrants. I'm just gonna read through these warrants. Warrants. AP warrant number 9 for $2,250. AP warrant number 10 for $260,000. 524.69. Let me do that one more time. 260,524.69. PY warrant number 11 for $7,391.28. AP warrant number 12 for $4,123.10. AP warrant number 13 for $6,676.38. AP warrant number 14 for $40,842. PY warrant number 15 for $968.85. AP warrant number 16 for $3,068.15. PY warrant number 17 for $4,874.14. AP warrant number 18 for $3,612.50. AP warrant number 19 for $9,597.97. AP warrant number 20 for $1,400.25. AP warrant number 21 for $2,307.05. And PY warrant number 22 for $7,599.58. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the warrants as read.
Before a second, could you check AP 14 in there? It seems like there ought to be some sense written.
Okay. AP 14. No, it's $40,842
Even, okay.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? 3-0. All set. And then the minutes, I've just read over them briefly right here, but I'm fine with them. Do you guys have any comments about the minutes?
No, I'm fine, I read mine.
Okay, so the minutes of June 20th, 2018 and August 13th, 2018. I make a motion that we accept as written.
Second.
All in favor? 3-0. Okay. And then we have fire department. The fire department. How are you tonight? Andrew?
Been kind of slow, I guess. This month we had 6 calls. And a variety of different ones. Tree down, little wires, fire alarm activation, a field on fire, a couple of car accidents, building fire, and that note was canceled before.
Okay.
Ended up not being a building fire, so
All right.
that was ended up getting canceled for that. This coming month we're going to start our hose testing. Pretty way behind on that, so we kind of got to get that
Okay.
up and get that done so we're not in violation. It's one of the things that's hard to get done because you got to take everything off the trucks, test it, and then put it back on. So it's
Yeah.
pretty time consuming. I think it isn't really something you can do in a one-day
Right.
span. So
Probably
we're
take
gonna-
several evenings to do something like that. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna start working our way through that. The trucks have been service tested. We got one that's got a tank valve leaking, and some of the valves are pulling hard, I guess, I've been told. So we're gonna have to have a little bit of maintenance done to that. I haven't really had a chance to look at it myself to know. I didn't think it was that bad, but they're saying it was. So,
Okay.
but we'll look into that anyway. It's all kind of minor stuff, so I mean, nothing major anyway. It passed all the vacuum tests and all the major, the expensive stuff that goes with it.
Okay.
The new air packs are in service, as you knew last month. They've used them in training and on a house fire last week in Herman. There was 2 guys that were using them over there, so
Oh, good.
and they worked real well. We're currently at 14 members. We've got 2 members that just came on. I've seen one. I haven't even met the other one yet. So,
Wow.
but I'm told he's on. So I don't. So tentatively there's 14, I guess, and I've got 3. There's supposed to be a guy bring an application in and give it to Cindy today. I don't know if he
Haven't
made it
seen
in.
him.
I don't think he made it in, I guess, but
All right.
there's 2 on my desk, so that, and he just passed me another one, so
Well, good.
that's 4 more. So the signs are working out very well. So
Good. Wonderful.
and I'll let Drew speak on behalf of the building if you want to do that now, or if you want to wait. It's up to you, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, I'm all set.
Tired and sore.
Welcome to our world.
He's been working on his own pump house today.
Yeah, still didn't find it.
You still haven't found it?
No. That's the quote from Will Brown. For
Okay.
our
The
power and
electrical?
everything.
Okay, all right.
You've seen that stuff there. That was at the last meeting. So talking with Hillview. They reckon this 8x10.
Right,
The cheaper price makes it look like that.
okay.
More expensive, like another $300. You know, pretty eaves, but we don't need to go for a pretty. It's 10% down, and approximately 3-week build time.
Okay,
They'll bring everything out, put it on the slab for us, all that,
all right.
and maneuver it however we want it into position.
And it's an 8x10, did you say?
8x10.
8x10, so it'd be $2,200
It is.
or? Okay,
one
that's with the insulation,
That's
right?
with everything, the doors, and
Okay,
everything that we'd asked for.
okay, so let's read this. So, this actually says an 8x8, but that's fine with me, if it's fine with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
they said that 8x10 would be about the exact same price
Okay,
for that.
so
style.
8x8, 2x4 studs, 16 inches on center, pressure treated skids, snow load rating of 90, PSF, architectural shingles, tech roof, roof shielding, 30-year LP smart side siding, 50-year Advantech flooring, exchange wood frame floor for PT, which is pressure treated floor, for the perimeter base wood floor.
And then we can lose some cost by taking the floor out,
Mm-hmm.
since we're going to be just sitting right there on the cement.
Okay,
But I want the higher cost just to
yeah, sure, that's fine.
run that through.
So that includes a fiberglass pre-hung entrance door,
Mhm.
vented side soffit, ridge vent. They didn't include any insulation, did they?
That's an
Oh,
option we can do later, but we
Okay.
can also, at that point, we can put the insulation ourselves.
Okay, that's
I just
fine.
didn't want us getting the Home Depot kit and then relying on us to
Put
find
it
a
up.
weekend to
Right,
try to put all together.
that's fine.
Where
Then
this
you
comes
guys-
and it's done and it's
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be much
Covered.
easier to go in after the fact and just
yes.
2 or 3 guys and insulate. And
Oh yeah.
like I said, you could even buy that white vinyl board that's they use in shops and stuff. We have some of that stuff.
And to have them insulate it probably would hold them up because you'd have to put it up, have Will come in and put the electrical in and then
Right.
have them come back.
Exactly.
So it's probably easier to have,
And then
Do
we
it
can
this
do
way.
that in a quick afternoon. So
Yeah.
that firefighters we can handle that part of it.
So this is an 8x8 building, basically. And this approximate is 24,65,
I think the only thing we haven't got a price on is getting the other one out of there.
Right.
Right.
I'll get rid of it.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, that won't be that hard.
I'll just stick it on the trailer and take it out.
Or just take
Put
everything
it-
out of it and
put
have
it
a
in
fire
the
training
burn.
down there.
I was going to say, have a little training right there.
Yeah, the,
Yeah, that's a good
the
idea.
removal,
That's the
I'm not
two
worried about.
quotes. So, do we want to vote
You
on
need to
this
vote
tonight?
so they can get a go ahead
And
on it.
they have money for this?
We were gonna use the building.
That's right, the
Monday.
building.
It's getting cold.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so,
I think the first thing we have to do is have Will come down and unhook the power and
right,
that sort of stuff.
right, he's the one that has to make a couple of trips.
Yeah.
Actually. So I'll make
I
a,
know we had a price on a slab, but I don't know who's gonna put the slab in.
well, we were gonna try to get that donated between, I thought I might call
So-
Tracy and see if she wanted to do a girls' day for a slab. I bet I could talk this wife into coming over and getting in on that.
Yeah, you can find some help.
Somewhere, somehow, we'll find something to. Jeez, I wish I had thought of it before Caleb left town. He's good help. So I think we were trying to get that donated. I can give you
Estimated
an
cost.
estimated cost, you know, for concrete, and if we do an 8x8, just so we could throw it into the mix there. Approximately $250,
Yeah, that's.
you know, so, wanna put that in the total cost, you
Yeah.
guys, just in case we
Yeah,
have
right.
Okay, so we're at
to buy the
yeah,
concrete,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I can, so,
You might get it poured, but you're not
Right, you
gonna
might
get
have
the
to pay
you're not
for your
gonna get the concrete donated.
Right. Let me just double check my thing here. It would be 1.18, about a yard and a half, so 250 would be okay, yeah, you'd be fine. So, so with the concrete, if we estimate that, and the quote for the building, I'm just dyslexic, hold on a minute. 246588, and then the 1330 is approximately $4,045.88, and that would get us a brand new building, electrical.
You guys can hook the pump up? Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys all set with that?
I
I mean, we have been talking about it for
Yes,
years,
I know,
and I just feel like, let's get this
and
done
I
for
hate
them.
that feeling.
Yes, exactly.
So let's vote on it and get it done.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the amount of $4,045.88 for a new 8x8 building, the electrical work, and possibly the concrete as well, for a new pump house down at the fire pond.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? 3-0. Here we go.
Can I
Okay.
tell them about that dry hydrant?
I forget the guy's name.
Don't hear it.
Carlton Tile.
He's over on Kennebec Road. Is digging his pond out deeper, I guess. There's already a hydrant in there, so we need to. He thinks that there's nothing wrong with it, and Dwight tells me that they can't pump water through it. So I'm going to send the fire department over to back flush it to see if in fact you can at least use it, and then
Sure.
if we have to do any repairs, they're going to have an excavator there. So hopefully, with what we have at the fire station, we have enough pipe and stuff to fix.
Okay,
You know, if there is a broken piece that's leaking,
okay.
we're gonna try to.
Where
Make
was that
that
on the Kennebec Road?
Carlton Tyler's house up,
It's up by the
but
tree
just
farm.
past the cemetery Rigby. What's the name of that
Croxford
road?
Road.
Croxford Road.
Roxbury Road, okay.
So it gives us if it gets working, it'll give us a good water source up.
Up there, yeah.
He's down more in that next valley
Yeah.
area.
He
Okay.
goes
on the
down
right
and
side.
start to go up the hill. His house is on the right hand side.
Okay,
So,
alright.
but
And that's why we put the hydrant over there, because it was a source of water quick
Right.
on the Kennebec Road, which is pretty hard to
Right,
find
that's
water.
a little ways out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they said that they haven't been near it for probably 10, 15 years that he knows of, so,
Okay,
It's been there a long time.
yeah.
yeah. So you might,
but this,
right while the excavator's there.
That's what we're thinking, yeah.
get
If we gotta
get
change the
started
pipe
getting
or
these ones, see if they
whatever we
work
gotta
and they don't work,
No,
and,
we-
Yeah,
you know, a little bit at a time.
okay. Awesome. You guys is that all set? Do you guys want any of this stuff back, Drew? No.
Did you want me going back to Hillview to set the stuff up, or?
What do we,
You want it, I
you
would.
want to? Cindy, do you want him to do the ordering?
I said if he wants it, he should.
Okay.
They already have it in her name, so I'm good to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, Chris, how are you this
There's another
evening?
one.
Oh,
Was that for him?
do we
Oh.
do we keep these or?
No, those are for him.
Okay.
Yeah, copy the wills.
Yeah.
Alright.
How are you this afternoon?
I'm well, how are you?
Good.
Good. So last month we had 14 calls. We were able to respond to 11 of them. We had a staff meeting and a training meeting. Training was on pediatric trauma, and we also at that same meeting, Tom, who's a CPR instructor, administered a CPR class for a new member, Aaron. And Craig and I went to a training over at Carmel Fire Rescue and training personnel on their training on trauma emergencies. We're seeing them more often now where they're bringing their ambulance to us.
Sure.
And Craig and I sometimes work over there too. So it was nice to have that opportunity to interact with them, not in the situation. On the update on the truck, the lettering's been done, and that's pretty much it at this point. We're waiting on the equipment to come in from overseas. The vendor's having a really difficult time getting the stuff in any sort of reasonable amount of time. So we're just waiting on that. They believe it has a lot to do potentially with the tariffs that have been put in place.
Okay.
And the other thing is, I guess they've reduced the number of cargo ships sailing across the ocean. So our stuff's somewhere, it's all been ordered. We're just waiting for it to come in. Anxiously waiting for that
Yeah.
to come in. So the other thing was we changed our plan on what we're doing in the back of the truck. Originally we had talked about doing a fixed unit, now it's a slide unit. But the positive thing about the change is it actually costs less than what the other thing was. So, it's less and it's going to better serve us. So we're excited about that.
Okay.
Erin Dumont started her EMT class at the end of August. So she'll be spending the rest of the semester every Monday and occasional Saturdays learning to become an EMT, which is great. And we're thankful to her for giving up her time to do that. We do have an application in process for somebody who lives here in town. And we currently have 6 licensed members and 1 working to get her license. The other thing I want to talk to you about is I recently learned about a grant opportunity that that MEMA, Maine Emergency Management, is facilitating as a result of the October windstorm last year. So we're going to look at applying for that grant to get a automatic standby generator put in at the fire station. Currently what we have is not an automatic generator. Someone has to go out around the back, try to start it. It sometimes can be fickle whether or not it starts. Of course, I haven't tried to start it since it got repaired. It might be better now. But it still presents a delay when we're trying to get out for an emergency. So this grant, there's about $800,000 available. And so we're going to look at getting some prices and putting in for the grant. There is a 25% match on the local part. But that's, just in the pipe,
Okay.
in the, maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't, but we're gonna try it out.
Okay.
Never know till you try.
That's right.
That's
So
fine.
there's a lot of work that is gonna have to go into it because there's only so much money they have and everybody wants that money. But hopefully it will prevail and get the grant.
Okay.
So the project, very, very preliminary estimates, I think would cost $10,000 at the max. And so that would make our portion like $2,500. But it might be less than that, so.
Okay.
And that's all I
You
have.
can keep us posted on
Yeah.
I think your graphics look nice on your truck.
Yeah, cool.
I went by there the other day and you had them all lined up out front
Yep.
with the new truck on the end of the row. It looked very nice. It really did.
Good, I'm glad. Yeah, I think so. I think it came out very well, and they did a really nice job.
Can you use it without your lights and equipment?
We've been using it to go do department things, but not really making a response.
Okay. Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much.
Certainly.
Hi, Gary.
Hi there.
What's new at the library?
Nothing.
Okay. I can see we have a little report here from Animal Control.
Yep.
We had a rabied bat at Alan Dutton's house.
Yep.
No, it wasn't rabbit, right?
Says CDC called the following after said the bat tested, negative, I'm sorry. It was not rabbit. Tested negative for rabies. Received a call there was a stray cat on the Thurlow Road.
No, missing cat.
Any stray cat reportings on the Thurlow? I told the caller I had not. There was missing one. The man said yes, a black and white neuter. Oh, sorry.
It's my cat.
It was your cat? Did she return it or did you find it?
No, we haven't found it yet, but I'm kind of amazed at the last report. That there's a stray cat that she talked with Brady about a stray cat. And we never get a call. Go look.
I was wondering how early the call for pickup. I told her anything. So. Oh. There's another lady missing a gray tabby cat. Okay. Well, good luck. I hope you find the cat.
Well, it's been a while, so it's not looking good.
Yeah. Town manager. Town manager, what do you want to talk to us about there?
Okay, so I gave you the bank recs for July.
Yep.
I wanted to let you know that Gary Prescott totally stripped and re-waxed the gym floor. If you get a chance to look at it, he did a beautiful job.
Okay. Nice.
And the people from the Hamden Broncos basketball league came up after he stripped it because he stripped all the light lines and everything off it.
Yeah.
And they redid the lines and then he waxed over the whole thing. So I gave you a copy of this letter from the state. I wasn't sure what this, I'd never heard of this before, but our next town meeting, whenever it happens, we're gonna have to put a vote in because evidently this is supposed to be voted on by the town now. Has to do with alcohol distribution. So I didn't photocopy the whole thing, just the law and the letter, but they did send me samples of articles that to be put in and when we get to that point.
Okay.
What do your notes mean? Does that mean that the town voted back along?
Well, according to their records, the last time the town voted on this was back in they first voted on it in '69, and then they voted it again in '75. But they hadn't voted on it since. So to update the state's records, we need to just vote it
So
in.
the town needs to vote and see if they're willing to sell spirits and wine on Sunday?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. So
Isn't that already happening?
it already happens,
Yeah.
but we're supposed to have a vote
Okay.
in place. So
Okay.
I told them I said I don't need a special town meeting with it. No, just the next time you do that.
So it literally can happen next summer?
Yeah,
Okay.
if we don't have something in between that. Okay.
Try to
I do have a couple of things that aren't on here.
Okay,
The auditor was here today. She
Okay.
finished up.
nice.
She said everything looked good, and in probably a couple, 3 weeks, she'll have a draft for us. Behind you are 10 new to us voting booths.
Good.
Because our population growing like it has, you're supposed to have one for every 100 voters. And we're just under what we're supposed to have. So now we have plenty.
Okay.
So
You said you got them from Herman?
they got them from Herman.
Nice.
They evidently upgraded theirs, or they bought new ones, or did something different and offered these free to other towns. So I asked for 10 of them.
Cool.
So Ralph delivered them for me.
Nice. Even better.
You're a go-getter for that stuff.
I know. You're always getting something for nothing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
So other than that, that's all I got.
Okay.
I did have a good vacation. Everything went smooth.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Girls
you that.
did really good.
Yeah. I came over and visited, and
Yep,
everybody seemed to be fine
yep,
over here.
yep. They did good.
Nothing. The world did not stop turning. or
Nope,
anything.
it didn't.
No, that's good.
And I was very comfortable.
Good. Good for you. Good for you.
So,
So, cemetery committee, Levitt Stone Repair.
yeah. Last time we met, Lois had asked about her parents' stone.
Right.
I did take some pictures. It somehow, I'm thinking, got bumped. I don't know how long it's been like that, but it
Right.
did get bumped. So there's a couple of them that have gotten bumped.
Okay.
And she got an estimate from Rogan's Memorials, but there are a few down there. So I'm wondering, versus have one company come just fix one, if we shouldn't get
see
somebody up, because there are a few
Right.
of them that are
We have an account for this anyway, correct?
just the cemetery
Just
funds.
right,
Yeah.
cemetery funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to, Cindy, call him and say, you know, you're coming to fix this
Yeah.
stone. You want to
Yeah.
fix a couple others.
Yeah.
You know, usually.
Yep, just straighten up and
Right.
that sort of thing. There's one up there that's tipped over totally,
Yeah.
that should be set back up.
Okay.
I don't think that we have the money to get into, taking them off and redoing the
Bases.
bases
Yeah.
and that sort of stuff. And but up to Knowlton, I think we can have somebody come in and. But I am going to talk to Erin on the
Okay.
cemetery committee.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to call her today, but I'd like to get an estimate to fix, all those ones that have been bumped into. And
Yeah.
like I said, the lawnmower guy might have done it. It might have been this one. It might have been the one
Yeah.
prior. So.
Do you need a vote for you to move forward with this, or?
No, I don't believe so. Not until
Okay.
I get the new estimate for fixing them. Fixing
Okay.
the ones that are out of place.
Do you think we could get it done before winter?
I'm thinking we
Okay.
can.
Okay.
I'm thinking
And I think it might be a little cheaper if we get it done as a group, like a day's work,
Yeah.
versus one stone, $200.
One stone.
Yeah.
Sure. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
We need to start doing that in all of our cemeteries,
Yeah.
and somehow we need to put it in the budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't like them looking all crooked.
Yeah.
I mean, over in Brookside, Gene Sparrows
Right.
is I don't know how many years he died, 4 or 5 years ago,
Right.
but his whole stone is like
Settling.
out of kilter.
Yeah.
Right.
And it literally is tipped right down, and it's obvious in that cemetery because there's only about 20 stones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
those are things we need to start fixing.
Yeah,
somehow.
that's fine with me.
I'll give Erin a call and we'll get on it, because she's back in town now. So
Oh, she is.
hopefully the cemetery
Good.
thing will get back in gear. So.
Okay. Roads, culvert at 291 North Road.
Did you have a chance to go by?
I've looked at it, yeah.
It's rose up, it's gravel.
It's
I mean, it's just a
gravel.
matter of digging it out and resetting it, I believe. So,
The culvert part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's gonna keep keep doing it. I don't know how long it's been like that, but,
I don't know either.
so,
But How do we move forward with that? Is it,
That's totally up to you.
what do you guys?
Well, it's kind of like a Pandora's box thing.
It
is
We're
a
gonna have
Pandora-
some sort of program in place, that, just like he was mentioning with the cemeteries, that we probably ought to think that we're gonna have to have some sort of fund for each of these categories, and we'll have to prioritize things, and it certainly can't be done overnight.
No.
But gee,
He's the
there were
first one
two,
that called and requested
but there were two culverts on,
Chapman Road that need to be done.
yes, yeah, they're really bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we could, we probably don't have an awful lot in the summer budget.
We haven't spent any money hardly.
You want to go a little bit, well,
Do you want me
what
to
about,
see?
what about Wellman's? I mean, we've got them in that
We gotta
budget.
pay, we've gotta pay the 15 for them to do the roads, which they were
Right.
gonna get to this week.
They
Okay.
He was
started
hoping-
last week
they
on the
will-
Dale you find.
Yeah,
Okay.
was gonna try that starting last week, but I went down North Road today, I knew they hadn't been over there.
Yeah,
But
okay.
there's Chapman, Dahlia Farm, North Road, and I think there was one other road that they were gonna,
Budget?
yeah, maybe,
Something on the budget?
yeah.
So do you want to call them and kind of discuss this with them a little
Sure.
bit? Maybe they could
Sure.
give us an estimate
Yeah,
if we have enough money. I
Yeah.
just.
but
So-
we have this other job that you're gonna look at next.
Right. Just to finalize those thoughts, it's just, you know, I feel like just what you said, you're just gonna open a Pandora's box.
Yes.
And you're
And
gonna have.
another thing we've got to consider, I mean, we've got ordinances now in it specifically state how culverts are to be handled.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
and I have this tonight for you to approve.
Well, this is,
You know, for putting them in, because I've noticed, there was one somewhere I seen that's gone in most recently, but they're probably not aware that the ordinance is in effect, so, and Jackie hasn't been in yet for this month, so, she was in Greenland when it was her time to be here, so
okay.
I'll give her a call.
Are you going to replace the culverts on Thurlow Road this year?
Well, that's up for discussion here.
Okay.
Because we had the estimate, and we went down because Brian had concerns about, the size overtaken,
yeah,
but come to find out, we're not changing the size on them, because it's a 10-foot there, we're putting in 2 5s, so it's gonna be the same. Scott did say that, you know, the bid that they put in was for 2 days.
Okay.
And if for some reason something happened that it took another third day, it would add another $4,000 to $5,000 to the bill.
yeah. Additional.
But we don't need any DEP permits. I did call them. We don't need any of that. Of course, now it's gonna pour tonight and that sort of thing, so we'd have to wait till it ran off again, but it was pretty low and a good chance to do it. You know, we don't have to replace the culverts, we can keep fixing that hole and dumping gravel and let it wash down the brook.
Right.
At, you know, $2,000 or
That's gonna be an
$3,000 a
endless
whack.
problem until it gets worse. And then we might as well fix it now before it gets to be a worse problem, then it costs us more to
Well, the
fix
thing is, if something happens and, you know, you can't get a fire truck in there, or they
Oh,
can't get
no.
out of there, you know, that's what bothers me, is not being able to pass over it.
Right.
Standing Ryan down there. Nowhere to land.
And it's gonna be, if they do it, it'll be shut down for the 2 days. So they'll have to shuttle across and somehow and vehicle on both sides. So, but it's up to you guys, what you wanna do.
What was the original estimate? We don't have that in front of us.
I think it was in my notes.
I don't have it in this month's pocket.
last meeting or meeting before?
I don't think
Last
there
week
was
we
one.
discussed it.
I thought I made a copy too. I can't remember. Maybe it's in the minutes? Is it in the minutes?
I didn't see anything on it other than what he said when he came out. They followed up with something in writing.
That was the Kennebec, yeah. That was the Kennebec one. Just said, the minutes from, 7/18.
Yeah, I can't
Just says
remember, it was like,
Thurlow Road culvert, Eric and Ed from Wellens Paving. The bottom of the culvert is gone, there's a bridge down
someone's telling
there.
me 12,000.
Well, he had quite a range, it was up to 15.
Yeah,
The problem is it's gotta be maintained for agricultural equipment.
yeah, cause the heavy trucks, tractors, hay machines,
Oh.
loads of hay in there coming out.
Okay. So the estimated cost is
Between 15 and 20.
15 and 20. Do you know what our road budget is off the top of your head?
No.
No? Okay.
Not very prepared, I was on vacation too
Okay,
long.
that's all right. We should not table this.
Probably not,
Okay, because they should
cause we're gonna run into problems getting it done if we don't
Right,
get going on it
yeah.
shortly.
And if they're in town doing something, they might as well do
Yeah,
all the other things. Okay. So you need a vote on that?
just an okay to go ahead with it.
Okay. What do you
I
think?
think it might be proper for me to abstain.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. How about you? You all
I'd
set?
go for it,
Okay, all right.
Good.
and the sooner the better.
All right.
Okay.
Plenty more rain start coming in.
Yeah.
It's getting into September, we're gonna start getting.
Well, I remember you saying the whole bottom of the culvert was gone,
Yeah.
so everything's just washing right out of it.
Yeah, what it's doing is the big gushes are coming through the heavy water and it's washing the
Right.
stuff out of the bottom and the stuff from the sides keeps falling down.
So, do you need a vote? No?
No.
Okay, I'm all set. Could you just keep us updated
I
on,
will.
maybe send us the estimate once you find it and that sort of thing, so we
Yeah.
know what we're up against and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
So this is an estimate to put up some signs,
Yes.
30 signs to be
Yes,
exact.
street signs. That we had gotten, the signs are behind you. Most of the posts,
Very nice, thank you.
most of the posts are in place.
Okay,
It's just a matter of hiring them to, replace the signs. We have to get the hardware to go on them. I've gotta go around, and see how many posts we need.
okay.
Why do we have to replace them?
Because the ones we have are not up to code.
Our signs aren't up to code?
No.
Who changed the code?
The state.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, would you mind if I speak on this? 'Cause
No,
I kinda-
go ahead.
So, most of these signs are actually just putting ones that don't actually have a sign there. that
Okay.
They're, potentially maybe in the future a need to do the rest of them. But these are for signs that don't have them at all.
There's no signs on the road at
Right.
all?
Correct.
Okay.
Like Western Avenue, for example, there are no signs the entire length of the road that
Okay,
identify it as Western Avenue.
okay.
Same on Kennebec Road.
On the town line roads, there's
And,
none
yeah.
coming from Carmel in and from
Okay.
Dixmont in.
Okay,
There's a whole nother pile of signs underneath here.
okay,
Cindy and I don't know, in the spring went around and did a survey of
okay,
the signs that we needed.
So,
okay. Do you need a vote on this?
just an okay.
Yeah, okay.
Spending more than $500, I need
Yes.
your okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
think,
fine with
you're all set with it?
it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
As long as we got the money to pay for it, we need to do it.
Right,
Okay. Can you ask how much it is?
$4,282.50. That includes all the hardware, posts and hardware.
So it won't
So
be
you
that
just-
much because
right,
we
you
have
just said
most of the
most of those.
hardware and the posts.
Okay, so you
It's
have
just
most of
repla-
it.
yes,
So
they're
it's
just
really
replacing the
replacing the
signs.
signs.
The town line signs are gonna have to have posts and
Okay.
Correct, right?
those are, I think, screwed right to a 4x4, right? I believe that's the
yeah,
way most
yeah.
of them are,
Okay,
so,
all right.
So they'd have to plant the 4x4
yeah,
and all
Okay.
that.
Okay.
so.
Okay, road signs, Belleville Road culvert.
Trying
Okay,
to see where I put this. Is that under roads?
yes,
Permit sample, yes. So I gave you a copy of what was voted on by the people. And based on what that is, and getting samples from other towns, this is what I've come up with for because people are now gonna have to get a permit
right.
to put in the driveway. And so, if you guys are all good with this, they have to draw a design of what they want, where it's gonna be on their property, where their entrance is gonna be.
Actually, this is good information to have. Property, map, and lot number, you know, the culvert size, the
Yep.
entrance width, who's doing it.
Yep. The culvert size and the entrance width. The culvert size, according to the ordinance, is dictated by the code enforcement officer, Jackie.
Okay, all
Jackie
right.
doesn't know this yet.
Okay,
But, like the last one, a gentleman called not too long ago and wanted to know, and I said, no, but we do have some recommendations. And, Ed Lovell from Wellman's met with him over there and made a recommendation as to what size should be in the driveway for that portion of road on the North Road, which I know they'll do and help us out on that. Generally, you know, they'll help us out with stuff like that. So,
and
So is this gonna be part of the application as well, the ordinance
they'll
itself?
get a copy of the ordinance with the application
that's
so
what
that,
they should,
yeah, so
yeah.
they know what they are supposed to do and
They have it
all
all
of that
stapled
stuff.
together, that's
Yep.
just what they do in other towns.
Yep.
And so they put in the first culvert, basically, and then we maintain after that.
I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that's what it says.
Right. Is there any cost for this permit, or it's just a permit?
No, it's just a
Okay.
permit for us to keep record.
Okay, cool. All right.
There was nothing in there that determined an ordinance, a price for a permit or dictated there was a cost for
Not
the
that I
permit.
recall of it.
There typically isn't, even for the state roads, there's no
Yep.
entrance permit price.
No,
They just wanna know what you're doing, where you're doing it,
Yeah.
how you're doing it.
yep,
Yeah, it's good information to know anyway.
Yeah, it's good information to have, who's doing what and when they did it.
especially with trying to help protect the roads, cause
Right.
there's a lot of driveways that have been put in over the years on these roads that,
Yeah,
you know, it's a 4-inch PVC pipe,
yeah,
you know, which is not good.
right.
So-
The assessor's return,
Assessor's return is right here. This needs to be filled out and signed and sent back to the county. We've already sent our payment for our tax, but I forgot. This is just, this is their return or your return for the county assessment. Or the town's county assessment.
I still think they charge you too much.
Of course they do. Just like people think we charge them too much.
So we just need.
You just need to
our
sign on those
signatures.
lines. I'll fill out the rest of it.
That's all right.
Oh,
You'll get it, it's all good, don't
I
worry.
liking no fingers.
Yeah. Forestry management plan is still tabled.
He hasn't, and then I got the 2 abatements and a supplemental.
Okay.
Could we look for another forester if he's never gonna contact us or what?
We can,
This has been going on
I know.
endlessly for a
Yeah.
while now.
Yeah.
We're tabling it.
He
we're
kind of just
tabling
go.
it.
I contact him. He calls me. He comes in. He talks to me, and then he says, "I'll get this to you." And I haven't seen him, so I will email him and try to get
Try
him.
to prod him in the
Yeah.
butt or something.
Yeah. So
Okay, so
Because when
I'm
we
just,
first hired him, he was most receptive to
Yeah.
coming out here.
who was it? Who's our
he's
forester?
gonna test me now.
Pushing the limits, 'cause
yeah.
I can't remember. We all know
He's
that.
out of Bradley. Is he out of Bradley?
I think he's in Bradley.
Here, you have
Bradley
to
or Old
sign
Town.
that.
Yeah.
So we can get it
I
back.
can't remember what his name is. Is it Durgo? Durgo? No.
You're asking me, I can't
Yeah.
remember what I did yesterday.
Okay, so we have two abatements. One is for Ben Harbist. Somehow his homestead got taken off an era. And Travis Jalbert, who lives over across from the old Kennebec Road, had some barns and sheds destroyed in the October storm. And is requesting an abatement because they didn't come off his taxes. So there's those two.
And we have checked that those
Yes, they are
kids are
gone. She went
gone.
over. Yes. And then there's a supplemental for Benjamin Boone that somehow he got missed. And I'm not sure. She doesn't have a lot of.
$33.37.
Yeah, somehow he got missed on something. There's two spots on the supplemental that has to be signed, here and here.
There's those are the regular baby skip.
You want me to date it, or are you gonna date it?
That's for the first page and
It's,
second
10th.
page on that one.
Tomorrow is September 11th.
Yes, certainly. It seems like that just happened a few years ago, doesn't it?
Doesn't seem like it's been that
17.
long.
No, doesn't feel like 17 years, that's for sure.
What's that?
The tax of 9/11.
Oh,
Yeah. Did I not sign the second page?
I think that's what those are for, right?
No, that's your copy.
That's your copy, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I got
Oh,
all
no.
th- I got all three.
Okay.
okay.
Skip didn't sign this one.
Is there anything else? No? I just think we need to find the guys from Spectrum and get them out here.
Okay.
Especially if they're working in Unity and Troy and...
Well,
For the
the kid,
town, so I can get Spectrum finally.
Yeah, I'd like to do that myself and just, I've been having
So
this...
I'd run the line myself if you just do the hookup. Just run behind the trees.
well, there was a young man in here one day that worked for Spectrum, lives in town, and told me about him putting in the lines and stuff up in Unity, Troy, Albion. They're doing like a tri-town thing up there, and wanted to know about getting it in down here. And I said, get me in touch with whoever. He said, well, there's federal funds available. So
Right.
he was gonna get me the information on the federal funds that pays Spectrum to come in, and I've called him a dozen times and he never returns my phone call, so, but Brian says he might be able to get some contact information and for Spectrum, so he's gonna see what he can do to get in
I was
touch with
having a fool
somebody.
to I'm convinced I was still in Hamden. I looked up and saw the sign.
You just need to put that thing on a roll and
Yeah,
run
bring
it
it down
yeah,
the hill.
right down the road.
Right down the hill.
Yeah.
3
Not
houses.
that
Come on.
complicated.
Yeah, it's just,
It's paperwork.
yeah,
and
it's
the
paperwork and
It's the
paperwork.
business end of it.
Yeah. And,
Actually rolling the wire out connecting it up isn't that
yeah,
complicated.
exactly. I was thrilled when Fairpoint got internet through the phone line. Our only choice was dial up
Yeah,
or
really.
a dish on the roof for a long time. So anyway, anything else?
I think we ought to sometime soon put our thinking caps on and perhaps have some plans and to be able to give Cindy some guidance and instruction, perhaps to get some pricing for doing additional things.
We have just a regular meeting. We can meet in here.
Oh,
'Cause
we're
it's just
almost, we're almost done anyway.
You're almost done anyway.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
all good. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt.
To see if we can't, have some direction, get some of these things done that we keep putting off, namely cemetery repair, road
Yeah.
repair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money to put these signs up, and maybe it's at a point where we can justify hiring somebody, part-time, full-time, whatever, to do some of this stuff, maybe the mowing is atrocious.
Yep.
Maintenance is atrocious.
And when you don't
And-
have a full-time person taking care of that all the time, that's,
And when you have to contract it out, you're paying a good premium.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my thought is if
Maybe
to
we
get
just
our
do
gears
one of
going
those
so that
morning meetings,
Yeah.
just
just a
for,
work
Yeah.
session.
yeah, just a work session.
so that at least maybe we could give guidance to budget committee and
Definitely,
Well,
because you
throw
have to
some
start planning for it now, so it gets in
Yes,
the budget for
yes.
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just wait till the very end and then say, yeah, let's do that. So, yeah.
Like the playground. No one's ever weed whack around all that playground equipment.
Right.
They've dumped all them chips now on our basketball courts that I've watched
Horrible.
kids. I watched them come up here Saturday afternoon, 2 carloads of kids come up here to play ball.
Yeah.
I don't even know who they are. or
I
if they
hope
were from
I hope
Newburgh,
she
but-
calls. She realizes what she did. Does she realize what she did?
I don't think she does.
Have you sent her any pictures?
No, all I sent was what the email that said,
Especially since that thing was just paved and all set, and
David was in today, and I said, so when do the chips get moved? And
David Grenier.
yeah, and he said, well, you didn't want us to go in there when it was hot. And I said, well,
It's cool enough.
Why didn't
How
they
about
just dump
tomorrow?
it in a corner and then spread it around?
makes
Yeah.
too much
I mean,
sense.
that's just so silly to dump it on top of this nice, beautiful paved basketball court. Jeez.
Scratch it up when they find it out.
yeah, so, but, so when do you want to do this work session?
I'm just putting it out there for contemplation, but
Do you want to do
whatever we do, we
Yeah.
should do it and so we have enough time to work on it and hand it off and
Do you guys want to pick a day, or
yeah.
I
it's up to you.
mean,
Another example, the cemeteries. You look at the cemeteries, and I know it's all by contract, but the mowing looks awful. And maybe we
It's
gotta
only done
reconsider.
twice a month,
I
and
know.
when you have the, if
I
they
think
mow
this
on
pe-
this day
yeah.
and it rains 2 days later,
I know.
Yeah.
3 days later,
this
And it
summer
goes
has
2
been
weeks.
it's so
It's been
humid.
different. Yeah, it's been different.
My
but-
lawn usually burns up and doesn't grow,
Yeah.
and it hasn't done that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think when we get into the later months, it's once a month, isn't it? I don't remember for sure,
it's
but
it's twice starting in May, and then June is twice, July is twice, August is twice, and
September must be just once.
once, I believe. because they think it's gonna slow
It
down.
just doesn't seem to be working
Yeah, it
very
doesn't.
well, because the cemeteries look like they
Yeah.
need more mowing, they just do.
But,
And
I-
again, that looks bad for us sitting
Right.
here, because we are the selectmen, it's our responsibility to take better care.
but I have
Or
to say, the
cemetery.
way they've grown this summer,
Yeah,
even this lawn, they can mow this on Tuesday, and I come back in on Monday,
Well,
and the
that's
weeds and the
Yeah.
lawn are this high.
That's
The grass
because
is
they
still
didn't
down,
work
but it
right.
looks like crap.
Yeah.
So they are going to mow and bush hog free of charge the bottom part of things, because we don't budget for that at all.
Right.
But they are going to pay it and bush hog up around the road and clean it up, and should be, I would think, this week. She said it'd be a couple weeks, and it's been a couple weeks since I talked to her.
Right.
So,
that'll look nice.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think in the spring, that bottom part, I touched briefly on it this year, but I'm hoping that I can get the fire department to do a burning exercise down there. That field has so much slash because they, for 7 years I've been here, they just cut it and leave it laying right there.
Oh, yeah.
So it has so much undergrowth that it really needs to be burned off in the
Sure.
spring.
Okay.
So I think that ice pond would show up a lot better
Yeah.
if it was burned, because it's just filled over with dead and filled in with dead grass. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize there is a ice rink down there.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
built that years ago when the school was still here. Rick and I and Walter Shannon one night laid plastic in there, and then we had a pump in the brook over there, and we were filling it, trying to make an ice skating arena.
But you
for the
guys
kids.
had the guard build it, right? Didn't the air guard?
Did the guard
I
build
think
it?
so.
I don't
So
remember who built it. We tried to fill it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's where all the grass is.
Yeah, and keep the
It's
water
on this
in
side, right down
Yeah.
in the dot, just
it.
before
Somebody
the.
plowed it off so it would freeze. Do you know what I mean? We kept the
Mhm,
snow off
mhm.
it so it would freeze. And then we laid plastic, and that was a slippery son of a gun. And tried to fill it with water. Maybe Walter. Maybe Walter plowed it. But anyway, there is one constructed down there, and it would be great to
Yeah, definitely.
to have it up and running again.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
So
Okay, so we're
Work
all set?
session.
All right, work session. Okay, how about what mornings are best for you?
Not Fridays.
Not
Other than
Fridays.
that, pretty good.
Well, didn't you say Wednesdays
Wednesdays are
were best for you?
me.
Okay.
That usually works for me.
How about the 19th? How about next Wednesday morning?
Okay.
Is that all right?
what
7:30.
time?
7:30? Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
7:30 a.m. Let me just put this in here and then, okay, so 7:30 a.m. Work session. Maybe you could just take some notes and then we could, keep it for the budget committee for next spring. See what we can do.
Okay.
Okay. So is everybody all set? All right, it is 7:05, and I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Second, all in favor? 3-0. We are adjourned.